this is Terry Marcus, and Cara Dad and I are at Melody Lane's Crafty Getaway. So this looks a little different than when I normally film. So this isn't my desk. This is her craft room that she has for us to rent. So I'm working on Father's Day card orders, and this is a Dreaming Tree file. And I have dads that are New York fans and Texas Ranger fans. So I'm going to show you how I put these together. First, I'm going to ink to give a little dimension to the face. So this is the part that'll show when the card is all put together. And then this is his neck that'll show. This will give you his lips and a little bit of detail on his face. Put a little bit of my art glitter glue. Again, this is a Dreaming Tree file. You can find them at 3dsvg.com. And I do a lot of their files. Those women cards that I posted that I did for Mother's Day were from Dreaming Tree. So see how you see his nose and his mouth. And then I'm going to use some dimensional dots to pop him up and give some dimension when I put his face on his neck. Doesn't take a lot of dots. It's not like kids are going to be playing with it or anything. Pull these little papers off. And when I do dimensional dots, I always put a touch of glue. It gives me a second to manipulate it around a little bit, and then the glue dries and the sticky sticks. So you can line up that little part of his baseball cap, and there's his little face. So now we're going to put the cap together. Some cutouts like the stitching, so I chose to do blue with a light blue behind it for the stitching. And then here's the brim of his hat. So I wanted to share with you that I've hit over 100 followers on my YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody who's a part of that. I'm shocked, but so pleased, and I really appreciate you following me. So we're going to pop his brim up a little bit to give some dimension there. These will mail in a regular envelope. They will take extra postage just because of the weight of all the papers. So I keep postage stamps, and usually you can mail most of these for a regular stamp plus 1 or 2 postage stamps. So there you go. There's his hat with the brim. And I'm going to glue it flat on there. So see, by popping it up, you get some shadows, and it gives it a little bit more realistic. You get the shadow under his face. So now, this is the card base. One of the nice things about Dreaming Tree is when you cut their files, they cut, I'm sure you can't see this on camera, but they give you little pokes in the paper that help you know where to place things. So this is our background. I chose to do just a green. And there's some little dots here that let me line it up and make sure I'm straight and even. Kind of magical, isn't it? Then we're going to put our baseball player down. Center him. Get him right there on the edge. The file comes as Hey Dad, but this is a grandfather, so I had to switch it up and cut another one. And what I like to do, because I don't like the white edges, this is a foil paper, is I'll use a alcohol marker and go along the edges to kind of hide that whiteness. Always work from the back so that if your pen slips, you're marking on the back of the paper, not on the front. And doesn't have to be perfect. If I have white core paper, which a lot of your printed paper is, I do the same thing. I find some color to do the edges in. Whoops. See, that's exactly why I should be on the back side. And then this piece is going to go behind Papa. And I just went ahead on the others and did a little edging just to darken it. But this is solid core Cricut paper, so I really don't have to. And that's all that it takes. So the Papa will be glued on here. Just line it up. And then again, we're going to use some pop dots, give some dimension. Remember, I use a little bit of glue. And this is foil paper, or foil cardstock. Then just line this up here with a little banner. My glue dries clear, so you won't see that. And then we're going to glue this down on the card. Or, excuse me if I get my head in the way. I need to kind of there. There's the outside of the card. And this is going to be a Florida, Tampa Bay, not the Buccaneers. Who are they? Anyway, whatever the Florida team is. I haven't done a piece for that. So on the inside, what I like to do, this is going to go on the inside of the card so they can write a message. And I don't like a plain card. So what I do is just make these little lines. And I just do it by hand. So I set my ruler down and to use it as a straight edge. It just adds a little interest around it versus it being plain. You can do squiggly lines, you can do straight lines, whatever you enjoy doing, you do. And this goes down. Again, they give me little marks so I can get it straight and even. And the last thing I do is, even though it's for guys, I'm going to give it a little bling. So their colors are blue. I'm going to put these blue gemstones in these little corners here. And even though they have sticky on them, I use glue. I don't trust it. There you go. 3 super cool but different Father's Day. So once you get the card done and decorate it with some little jimmies or something, then Dreaming Tree always gives you an envelope, which is so awesome. So this envelope had a D cut into it, and they give you the file to cut this little piece here. Do it any color you want. A simple envelope, it's scored, so you just fold it up. What I always do when I'm doing cards for clients is I use double tape and put it up here that once they put the card in and everything, they just peel it off and seal it up. And because this is perforated, because I use Dreaming Tree's perforated lines versus a solid score line, if somebody wants to open it, they can just slit it there if they want to save the envelope. So it's a beautiful presentation. This is just cardstock. Sometimes I use printed paper. I'll buy an inexpensive pad of paper at Michael's or something, and that's a 12 by 12, and I'll use that and put the print on the inside and the solid on the outside. If I use a printed paper, then I supply a little label so that they can address it on the print. But anyway, see what a beautiful presentation that makes. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, and please like and subscribe to the Yaya Collection cards. So thank you again for being a subscriber. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And everybody out there, have a great Father's Day in June. Thank you for tuning in to the Yaya Collection. Bye.